Hey guys, Midget here and welcome to another episode of FIFA 14. Today we are carrying on with our derby career mode. Today we are playing bottom of the table Charlton. Charlton we should be beating pretty, with style and easily, You wouldn't be beating Charlton like 1-0 because that's just like proves bad form and everything. However, everything's possible in this division. Every single team is quite close together in what's it called, rating wise and everything, so it will be pretty hard. However, here you see our team, it's kind of an experimental side, legends, Huganson, Freeman, Couts, whatever. However, since the bottom of the table, I think, we could take them, so, yeah. I just like to point out that I just can't play on world class anymore. I really get hammered on world class. I've completely lost my form, and I know why. It's really hard for me to tell you. It's because on kickoff I've been using sliders and on amateur to get 30 goals, and then I thought it was going to be a very easy one on world class, but it wasn't. Our first chance here comes with when Connor Salmon rushes down the line and shoots, but it just misses. I was like, oh man, Salmon, feed the fish. However, it didn't work, and then Eustace comes up. Come on, Eustace. Eustace forwards it to Russell. Russell uses his pace, and that was a horrendous shot. Russell's absolutely horrendous for me now. He's so inconsistent. 1 minute he's so good, the other he's terrible. But we're moving into the 90th minute pretty much. Martin, 1-2 with, I think that's Salmon. Martin finesses it into the corner. I couldn't believe my luck. Thank you, Martin, for coming on. And I told you that I didn't like Russell anymore. Look at him. I swapped him when I normally would swap Salmon. However, I did not swap him, and it is 1-0 to Derby. And that is pretty much where it ends. Here I'll just show you, the end of the game, so you don't think I was cheating anything. But yeah, it ends there. It's 1-0. It's not the best of wins for the team that's first. We should be winning more convincingly, but I think that's enough. A win is a win. Don't judge. We did the job. And yeah, let's move on to the next game. Here we're playing, I presume it's Burnley. And Burnley being one of the strongest sides, I decided to go on world class for. The last game was on professional, and you see I struggled in that game since I only got one last goal in the 90th minute. So this game shouldn't be much easier, I presume. I put Russell back in the lineup, since he's got the pace. And he's not got a bad shot either, so I thought he could do Burnley some damage. And you'll see the team in a minute. I'd say it's our best side. And two people I'm scared of in the Derby lineup are Ings and Vokes. They're absolutely class players. The two strikers, I just can't get enough of them if you think about it. Ings is fast, and Vokes is a good finisher, but Ings is too, Ings is a good finisher with both his head and his feet, and I'm not too sure about Vokes, because I don't really watch him. I just watch Danny Ings when I watch the Football League show on BBC 3. However, this is our team, it's one of our strongest, I would say, if not the strongest. You could argue for some stronger people, I think, maybe Ward for Bryson. However, we start off pretty well, I guess. I do some tricks. I try to do something, but nothing works out until the 41st minute. And, all my games are just 1-0 draws. And here Ings comes through. Look at it. He tackles my play perfectly. But I get it back with Bryson. Martin, outstrengths the Burnley player. It's a 1-2 Hendrick and Martin. Martin's running down the line. He doesn't know I didn't know what to do here. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I pass it down the line to Saturn Bryson, who passes me a great ball. Martin hits the post and scores, which that means it's 2 goals in 2 games for the new signing in real life. I didn't really sign him. I wouldn't even know who he was. So thank you, Derby, for signing him in real life, because he's been probably my best signing so far. Yeah, so that we went into half-time leading 1-0, which was pretty alright, And then in the 57th minute, you see Keogh, just getting a bit too rushed. Ings is fast, and our players all muck up, and Vokes just puts a very nice ball in the 60th minute, and he finishes it well. He does that awkward celebration. I don't know what it's called. I know Danny Welbeck does it. I want to do it because it's a really nice celebration, but I don't know how. But meanwhile, however, it's a really good ball to Vokes. I thought that just hit his arm at the end, but obviously it didn't. So I was pretty angry in the 90th minute. Can we pull something back? No. Unlucky for us, Burnley are one of the better sides in the league. However, they don't really show it. they're like 16th in the table at this moment. So you know, really, Burnley should have been doing better, and we're not happy with that since we're like in the top 5 at this moment. You know, top 3 maybe, I don't know. But let's move on to the third game. That is against Watford, and this game was so much AIDS. I couldn't get a good pass through. I couldn't get a good shot through. And again, it's a pretty experimental side, as Watford were on the, you know, the foot of the Premier League, you could say. You know, they were like one of the worst teams there. But Fabrini and Forestieri are beasts. I saw them play against City, and they could have scored there. Look at that. That link-up play was perfect, and Gugan just over the top. And then in the 88th minute, look at this. Abdi through all the Derby defence, and Abdi scores. And guys, that was unfortunately unfortunately my first loss. 1-0 at home against Watford, and you can just see that I'm really struggling for form against these teams, can't you? Because I'm not doing too well against them. No, the most I've scored in the last like 5 games or 3, I can't remember in the last episode. But in the last 3 games, the most I've scored is 1. You know, and now I've scored 0. So this is, I guess I'm the master of my own downfall, as you know, I lost the ball and all, and you know, I'm making my team play bad because I'm playing bad. But we shouldn't really be getting this team being better team than Watford. But now I guess that's it for Watford, and we're moving on to Huddersfield versus Derby. I wasn't particularly scared. You know, I didn't know what Lopez was about, but I thought he might have been like a Barcelona because his name's Christian. I was scared of Vaughan though. You know, Vaughan, I saw him play in real life, and he's quite consistent. I saw him playing, I can't remember, it was like a month against a team, and it was like he scored 2 or something. I can't remember. I seriously can't remember because I don't watch the Football League show that much. However, I just watch it when I'm bored. And you see, we put in our hardest team pretty much. Just Russell for Salmon. And that is, and you know, and Keogh. I dropped Keogh because of that mistake. And the first real thing, you know, again in the 22nd minute, I think it's Baker or Barker gets injured, and we put in Keogh. It's Barker, yeah, and he has like some sort of injury. I couldn't really tell because I played this like, I don't know, 2 months ago. So Sean Barker, our captain, is injured, and we have to give the ball away. We was not in a nice attack, so I am pretty not happy with that. However, you know, what can you do in the 42nd minute? That just sums up itself. You know, Martin is such a poacher. You know, he just runs down the players. You know, he like just gives pressure on. Eventually, they lose the play, and he just does a finish like that. That's just perfect. And then in the 65th minute, you know, look at this. Martin there again. Martin, you absolute legend. I can't give away the ball. I can't remember it's from. It was like Bryson or Couts or Cuts, whatever. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna get it right in the next season. However, this was a pretty nice game. You know, it was 2-0, and I think that was quite our best performance quite some time. But now for the final game, we come up against Middlesbrough, which are one of the worst. Well, no, they're a mid-table team in the Football League. So yeah, Championship. But I, again, put in one of my experimental sides is I thought I was gaining momentum after this game. And, you know, do I think it worked out in this game? No. Just simple as that. No, we didn't. Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. However, you know, these games at home, all the games at home I should be winning, you know. One player that, like, stood out to me was Sean Given in goal. I don't know where he's been at. And Daniel Ayala, I'm pretty sure he was a former Liverpool player. But Shane Given, you know, he should have been doing something. I don't know where he's gone all these years. Newcastle, Aston Villa. In the first chance came in the 46th minute, let's say, and Russell hits the post. So again, as I said, I was gaining momentum. Russell was gaining momentum, and all, you know, he was like, what's the word? He was scoring, and then you just see, I just put a screenshot up, one shot for us, which was absolutely horrendous. In that whole half, we had one shot until Russell. Look at this. That's like what he does for me every single game. Just as I struggle, he does that. You know, I can't remember how many times he does that. He did that. I'm sorry. He did it quite a lot. You can see very disappointed Shea Given, and I wouldn't be surprised. Look, it's the 90th minute. You could pull out a 0-0 draw against the Championship's best side, and then you let in a goal like that. I'm not giving away anything from Russell. That was an absolute incredible finish, but I think, you know, Middlesbrough should, well, Given should be doing better, as he's a very experienced keeper, and I know that because he had some great saves from, I think it was, Aston Villa and all them he played for. However, we just tried to scrape out a 1-0 win. We don't want to like concede anymore, and I guess I did that by, just my keeper, just clearing it. It ends 1-0 anyway, so I guess I'm getting back on track, and it's not the worst thing ever. And yeah, basically, guys, if you want to see another episode today, make sure you like this video. If we can get around to 5 likes, I'll upload another video. And yeah, so this was Midget, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'm going to see you guys next time.